Hello everybody, we are back here on The Hunter Call the Wild. You guys are going to be seeing a bunch of gameplay from the recent reveal of the Bloodhound. They showed it off on the live stream today and everything's looking really awesome. I'm super excited for it. So we're going to go over all of the information that we know about it, and we actually have some pretty awesome news. So the first thing to kind of get this out of the way, the dogs will be coming out on March 30th on all platforms simultaneously, which is really good news. A lot of people were worried that there was going to be another split release, but it is confirmed now that it will be out on all platforms at the same time, provided nothing weird happens. Also, it's going to be a $3.99 USD price point, which is actually pretty fair. I expected it to be a little bit more. It's about the same price as one of the weapon packs or the ATV pack or the tent pack, so not too expensive, which is good. Once the DLC is purchased, the dog will be for free, but any additional dogs will be 45,000 in-game currency, which is a little bit less than I was expecting it to be also. So far, everything's looking pretty good for the dogs. There will be early access for content creators, including myself, so this weekend you guys are going to get to see a bunch of gameplay of the dogs. I'll be posting plenty of videos along with doing bunches of live streams, so stay tuned for that. I'll be trying to show off as much as I can, including how they work with tracks turned off. Another thing is your dog will not be able to die, which is something a lot of people were curious about. It will not be able to spook other animals also, which is something I've seen a lot of people very concerned about. So it's nice to see that it will not be able to spook animals. And as far as I know, the whistling commands that you can do for the dogs will not spook animals either. So that is another awesome positive. You can only have one dog with you at a time, but you may have up to 25 dogs in your kennel. So you can swap dogs in and out and pretty much have a dog for every purpose. I'm really excited to see how this is actually going to work with, I guess, training dogs differently and then being able to use them for specific scenarios. I know me personally, I'm going to be getting at least one dog for every reserve and training it to specifically be useful on that reserve. So I think that's going to be really cool, and it'll bring some more fun experiences into the game. Dogs will be usable in multiplayer, which is something else I was kind of curious. Wasn't sure if they were going to have issues in multiplayer or not, but it does look like you will be able to use them. There's also going to be a ton of bug fixes with this update, which is another thing people were curious about. So we're not only getting the Bloodhound DLC, but we're also getting a bunch of bug fixes with this update. So stay tuned for that. Once they release patch notes, we'll go over them and we can kind of get a feel for what to expect out of this next patch. The Bloodhounds will be able to track blood trails along with just regular footprints, which is something I was not expecting them to be able to do. They can work kind of like a pointer and just follow a set of tracks until it gets to the animal, which is going to be really cool. And I think it's going to be super helpful, especially in multiplayer where tracks can be a little bit weird. I can just imagine finding a max weight track and having our dog follow it and leading us to a diamond. I think that's going to be really cool to experiment with and see how effective it actually is. Your dog will have a full skill tree along with its own traits that you can select, so you'll be able to customize the behavior of your dog and kind of like what it's best at, how it acts, and the bond that you share with your dog through rewarding it and petting it and stuff like that will affect how the dog, how his bond and behavior will be. So that is really cool. There will be 6 different fur variations for the Bloodhounds, and from what I saw during the stream, it looked like a lot of them are very similar, but they do look pretty good, and there's enough differences with each fur type to where you can at least tell the difference. The dog will have a level system that goes up to level 30, and then I believe 15 tracker levels, so it has 30 companion levels and 15 tracker levels, which is pretty cool. We're going to be able to level up our dogs. As for how fast it levels up, I'm not really sure, but I guess we'll find out very soon. When your dog hits max level, you will have the opportunities to select a perk to where your dog can stop predator attacks, which I'm very interested in seeing how that's going to work out. Are we going to, I guess, have the chance of the dog just jumping in front of us and barking at a wolf to fend it off? I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I guess we'll also see that very soon. And the last thing that we have here is you can't rename your dog, so once you select a name for it, that's the name that it's got, so make sure you have a good name for it. But that is all of the information that I have for you guys today. I'm super excited for these dogs. I will be getting early access to them this weekend, so watch out for videos and live streams because, like I said at the beginning of this, I'm going to be doing an absolute ton of them, trying to learn everything we possibly can about the dogs, discover what their best uses are going to be and how quickly to level them up, which traits are best. I'm going to be going through all of it, so be sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already so you guys will not miss any of that. Also, be sure to hit like and leave a comment on the video. It's a massive help for YouTube's algorithms, and I really appreciate it. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!